Good day to all of you. I am Carl Matthew M. Sarmiento, and we are the Group 5 that we are conducting a report about a carriage of dangerous goods.
Of dangerous goods. Segregation. Away from. Pag sinabi nating away from, malayo sa ibang goods, halimbawa, ito, to avoid accidents and provided a minimum horizontal separation of 3 meters. So separated from, in different compartments, hold or different stowed under deck. Ito naman yung nakahiwalay and at least 6 meters horizontally. Separated from a complete compartment or hold from, either vertical or horizontal separation. For on-deck stowage, this segregation means separation by distance of at least 12 meters horizontally. Separated longitudinally by an intervening complete compartment or hold from. Vertical separation allowed does not meet this requirement between a package under deck and one on deck, and a minimum distance of 20 meters including complete compartment must be maintained longitudinally for an deck stowage. This segregation means separation by a distance of at least 24 meters longitudinally.
Away from, it could be segregated so that the multiple goods cannot interact with each other and the participants may be transported in the same compartment or hold on deck, provided a minimum horizontal separation of 3 meters, protected vertically is obtained. Separated from, different compartments or hold when stowed under deck, provided the intervening deck is resistant to fire and heat. Vertical separation, different compartments may be accepted as equivalent to this segregation. On-deck stowage, this segregation means a separation by distance of at least 6 meters horizontally. Separated by a complete compartment or hold from, either a different vertical or horizontal separation. Intervening decks are not resistant to fire and liquid when angle longitudinal separation by an intervening complete compartment or hold is acceptable. For on-deck stowage, segregation means separation by a distance of at least 12 meters horizontally. The same distance has to be applied if one package is stowed on deck, the other one on upper compartment. Separated longitudinally by an intervening complete compartment or hold from. Vertical separation alone does not meet this requirement. In a package under deck and one on deck, a minimum distance of 24 meters, including a complete compartment, must be maintained longitudinally for on-deck stowage. This segregation means a separation by distance of at least 24 meters longitudinally.
The angle of repose or critical angle of repose of granular material is the steepest angle of descent or dip relative to the horizontal plane to which a material can be piled without slumping. The angle of repose can range from 0 degree to 90 degree.
So hello, good morning. For today, I will discuss you about the danger in the carriage of the bulk grain. So, a compartment may be full when the cargo is loaded, but due to the ship's vibration and other movements, this grain settles leaving space at the top of the cargo. This space allows cargo to move from side to side in conjunction with the rolling and pitching of the vessel. So, most of the grains have an angle of repose or sleep angle of about 20 degrees from the horizontal, which means that if the ship rolls more than 20 degrees, the cargo will shift or will change. Then this happens, or if this happens, the ship will develop a large list lying on her side and still rolling will obviously cause a greater shift of the cargo, which in return will capsize of the vessel.
The grain loading. Grain loading is the ability booklet or grain loading manual must be provided to enable the master and ensure the ship can comply with the cargo when carrying grain in bulk. Also, contain all information necessary to check that a proposed loading plan complies with the stability requirements of the regulation at all stage. For a partially full compartment, the bulk carrier's grain loading manual should contain volumetric hailing moments or VHF, which value based on assumed surface grain ship is 25% and full compartment is 15%.
The USA National Cargo Bureau certified that a cargo bargain has been loaded as per UCD regulations. The document is similar to the Canadian Certificate of Fitness to Proceed. When the documents and stability calculations have been found in order and the holds have passed inspections, the National Cargo Bureau Surveyor will issue a certificate of readiness. The documents confirms that the vessel is ready all respects to load cargo of bulk grain is normally presented by the vessel representative to the grain loading elevator as evidence of readiness.
Stability requirement. The intact stability character of any ship carrying bulk grain shall be shown to meet throughout the voyage. The angle of heel due to the shift of grain shall not be greater than 12 degrees. In the statical stability diagram, the net or residual area between the heeling arm curve and the righting arm curve up to the angle of heel of maximum difference between the organize of the two curves or 40 degree or the angle of loading. The initial metacentric height after correction for the free surface effect of liquid in tanks shall be not less than 0.3 meters. 2. Before loading bulk grain, the master shall, if so required by the constraining government of the country of the port of loading, demonstrate the ability of the ship at all stage of any voyage to comply with the stability criteria required. And the last is number 3. After loading, the master shall ensure that the ship is upright before processing to cease. It is required that loading conductions be provide for 3 representative stowage factions: 1.25, 1.50, and 1.75 cubic meters per ton.
So guys, today I'm going to be talking about what I've learned about ship stability and its requirements. So understanding intact and damage stability of ships. So the only time a vessel can be assumed to be stationary and in upright position is when it is in dry dock or before it is launched to the sea. Once in the sea, the ship has to sustain different environmental conditions along with the effect of various external and internal changes. A ship is always acted upon by several forces, from factors such as seawater, wind, internal mass weight, free surface effect, etc. Thus, it is of utmost importance for a vessel to always remain stable and afloat in all conditions. A stable ship. Ship stability can be defined in simple terms as its characteristic or tendency to return to its original state or upright state when external forces is applied or removed from the ship. Ship at equilibrium when the weight of the ship acting down through center of gravity is equal to the upthrust force of water acting upon through center of buoyancy, and when both of these forces are in the same vertical line. B is the center of buoyancy, G is the center of gravity. A ship will become to its upright position or will become stable when an external force is applied and removed. If the ship's center of gravity remains in the same position well below metacentric height of the ship, when the ship is inclined, center of buoyancy shifts from B to B1, which creates a movement, and the righting lever returns the ship to its original position and makes it stable. So M is the metacenter, and G is the righting lever. A ship is seaworthy if it fulfills two important stability criteria: intact and damaged stability. Requirements for intact and damaged stability of the ship. So intact stability for a cargo vessel, the intact stability requirements are the initial GM or metacentric height should not be less than 0.15 meter, and the righting lever should be at least 0.2 meters, and angle of keel at 30 degrees. Maximum righting lever should occur at keel 30 degrees or preferably not less than 25 degrees. The angle of down flooding is an angle at which deck immersion takes place with subsequent water ingress. And lastly, damage stability. The damage stability criteria varies from ship to ship, and the requirements for the same is given in SOLAS, Chapter 11, Number 1. It may be single compartment flooding, multi-compartment flooding, or engine room flooding. Under all the criteria applicable, vessel margin line should not be submerged after the damage. Margin line is an imaginary line drawn 75 mm below the freeboard deck. Intact and damage stability are very important factors that governs the overall stability of the ship. That's all. Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am, and good morning to my fellow cadet. And my report is stowage of bulk grain. All necessary and reasonable trimming shall be performed to level all free grain surface and to minimize the effect of grain shifting. When the bulk grain is stowed on top of closed twin deck hatch covers which are not grain tight, such covers shall be made grain tight by taping the joints, covering the entire hatchway with tarpaulins and separation clothes or other suitable means. Then the term stowage factor for the purpose of calculating the grain hauling moment caused by a ship of grain means the volume per unit weight of the cargo as attested by the loading facility, and no allowance shall be made for lost space when the cargo space is nominally filled. That's all. Thank you.